the demand
of
the populace for facilities, for infrastructure,
for housing,
has increased tremendously.
Okay.
Then government has also, well, Nigeria, let me not say government. I want to resume myself to Nigerian people. But when I say government, then the argument will now come to leadership and administration.
You can't separate.
Nigerian people have moved from mere 500,000 roads in the 60s to over 100,000 roads as we speak, spanning across over 923,000 kilometers. Nigeria has moved in so many ways. In the health sector, in 1960, we had only one tertiary institution as a specialist hospital. That was University College Hospital, Ibadan. By today, we have over 120 of such.
Okay.
That tells you that we are moving. If you say that we are not moving with the speed you expect, don't forget that even the so-called white man that you say we are emulating were part of the problems that we had. Having cutted away our resources before independence, between 1861 to 1960.
We should stop our blame game and take responsibility.
No, because you made reference to the white man as having left
for our actions.
As having left a lot.
Nigerian population.
And I want to tell you that the white man you are mentioning have to even come and pay reparation because they depleted both our human and natural resources.
Nigerian population may have over the years, over the decades, increased by 300%, possibly. Okay. The question is our wealth, our income coming from oil as opposed to then from cocoa, groundnut, and coal. Has it increased by how much? Maybe 100, 1,000%, 2,000%. So why wasn't this increased resources used in making, preparing for the increased demand? That is bad leadership. That is failed state. What is a failed state? What
you expect is for every Nigerian to be rich.
There's no such thing. Every American is not rich. Okay, so a failed state is a state that can no longer meet the basic requirements, basic needs of its people in education, power generation, poverty eradication, health system, employment, job creation. So because they were unable to utilize the enormous resources that Nigeria has to make to prepare for the increase in population and demand in other areas, Nigeria is a failed state. Don't we have problem with power? Don't we have with education? Don't we have with poverty eradication? Don't we have with unemployment?
In that case, every country
the unemployment rate in Nigeria is about 40%. Some will say 70%.
You come again with wrong statistics.
The incidence of poverty in Nigeria is 70%. So everything is gotten worse over the years. 23 job seekers were killed the other day in the stadium, in a number of stadiums in Nigeria, because of the desperation for jobs. The jobs are not there. Graduates come out of school and they have nothing to do. They while away, some become armed robbers, some become kidnappers, and so on and so forth. The police force is totally ineffective, corrupt, ineffective, not motivated.
What you're saying
when the robbers are
what you're saying in effect is that virtually every country of the world is a failed state.
No, how can it be?
By extrapolation.
You can't provide basic.
Because these problems that you read out exist in every country of the world.
In the U.S., unemployment rate is 6%. In Nigeria, is 40%.
U.S. told you that it's 6%. U.S. told you. U.S. told you that it is 6%.
Okay, what did we tell you?
Is it not the same U.S. that I know, where a lot of people are even homeless? So many are jobless. And they tell you it is 6%, and the same US will come and tell you that your own is 40%.
No,
and you agree.
He asked the question. The US says it's 6%. You said US says 6%.
What is Nigeria saying?
He's asking what is Nigeria saying?
You rely on the information given to you by the Federal Office of Statistics.
So what are they saying?
That our unemployment rate,
50%.
and that our unemployment rate is 12%. 12%. And US is telling you 40%.
So
and instead of agreeing with Federal Office of Statistics,
it's twice that of US.
Yeah. No, US has said so.
No, hold on. Our unemployment is twice that of the US.
If our unemployment is US is how many years? US is 200 and something years. Nigeria is 55.
And it's moving forward. We are retrogressing.
Are we stagnant?
We are retrogressing.
No, what I'm trying to say is that when you begin to reel out statistics, these are Bretton Woods-fed statistics that will not lead you anywhere. When US will sit down, do you think that the CNN you watch here is the same CNN that is shown in America?
I don't
you know that it's not the same. You know, don't deceive people. You know, it's not the same. They doctor their own to suit the environment, to make it look neat. And when they begin to tell you about Nigeria, they show you nothing. I was in US during the last Olympic Games. The only thing they showed about Nigeria was when we lost in our basketball tournament. That's the only thing they showed. Every other good effort performed by Nigerians, you never saw anyone. So don't begin to tell me that. Nigeria is even very open, trying to do well and take care of the rest of the world. When polio came, we ran to, Ebola. Many people ran to America thinking that we will have respite. The respite come, it was arrested and curbed by Nigeria. Today we are exporting experts to cure Ebola to other African countries and even to America.
Okay.
So what are you telling me? Nigeria is moving.
Nigerians find solace when they say things that in the US people are homeless. In the US people are hungry.
Yeah, because you're saying that there's no hunger there.
No, there's no
everybody
system.
has hope.
But we have to understand something. In the US, many people that are homeless, in an economic class, for example, a professor said, we will not treat homelessness. It's a psychological problem.
So people prefer to live in the bush
most people
instead of in the home?
In the US that are on the street have other problems. Alcoholism, drug addiction.
Why do they
cannot maintain disciplined schedule. They can't go to
work. If it is Nigeria, if an area boy
but
in
let
the
us look at working
if an area boy in the motor park,
let us look at the working poor. I'm coming. Let us look at the working poor in the US. Those that can go to job and a living. In the US, the president
we are not almost out of time. We're talking Nigeria. And we're almost out of time.
Okay. I'm digressing. I'm sorry. But in Nigeria, the working poor are hungry. The working poor are homeless.
Don't they end their salary?
But it doesn't buy them anything. By the time they pay their transportation and do the basic things, they are left penniless. Some of them cannot eat. If you live among the poor, you'll be surprised in the evenings. They'll come around and borrow a little money from you to buy spaghetti, pepper, crayfish for their dinner.
All right,
people are poor.
We need to go. So in closing.
In closing, in health, in foreign affairs, in education, in technology, in administration, in housing and urban development, in roads and infrastructure, in internal affairs and security, in agriculture and in education, Nigeria has done fairly well, and Nigeria will do better in the nearest future.
Thank you.
All right. By social indices, and if we look at areas like security, education, health, employment, corruption, lawlessness, poverty level, Nigeria has retrogressed over the years. And also morally and ethically, there's been a moral and ethical nosedive in the Nigerian society. People have no moral standards. They do whatever they can get away with. Nigeria overall has retrogressed.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Tochukwu Ezukama, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Fred Nzaka, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, and I wish you a happy Independence Anniversary once again.
Thank you. And for you at home that let us be a part of your evening, we want to thank you so much. We will leave you with this tweet. There are quite a number of tweets, plenty of them, but we will leave you with this tweet by Namso Anthony. He says, Nigerians are smart. Nigeria will be better. Happy Independence. I'm Neo Tigre. Bye-bye.